Hello. Hey, I think it worked. Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody, get out of that parking lot. Climb on. Climb on into the Orphe jeans. There's plenty of room around this table for y'all.
There is.
Yeah, they got some fancy drinks this time around.
They do.
And
Orphe.
outside is a buzzing downtown. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. They upgraded their jukebox and
I
everything.
mean, goodness gracious. It's fancy. It's comfortable. You can get your own drinks here
Mm-hmm.
at this edition of Orphe
You
jeans.
sure can. Sure can.
And we
Maybe
got
Leslie, gifted them a redecorate.
Yeah, this is Leslie's version. Rich Leslie's version of Orphe jeans. No,
That's
as I said
it.
on the previous podcast, my computer took a dump in the weeks, and I had to reset it completely, which means I also lost my fun little backgrounds.
You have to find them again, huh? All over
I'm gonna
again.
have to find them again, once more again,
Yeah.
as
That's
as they
cool.
say. Yeah. This one I came across, but it's not quite the vibe. I mean, this drink over here, it's too fruity. It's too fancy. Look at that. Look at that. This looks like a daytime bar,
It does.
and I don't want to be at a daytime bar. You know,
Yeah.
excuse me. Even though this,
Like the brown, that was the
the,
brown
the
bag.
brown dog over on General Hospital.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little.
yeah. But over, here, I mean, at this establishment, though, even at this time of day, you look around, look to the left, look to the right. You can say, oh, who's that over there in that booth over there? Is that Joey Armstrong and Vanessa, the real estate lady?
Probably.
Rumor has it she just sold a new house over in the Fairmont Crest area.
I tell you what. Now, when it they, there's just a separate code over there at the crest. There's a bit of a code, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because Vanessa, she sold Bill and Haley that house as well,
Yes.
and now trying to sell right across the street, and the folks said yes to the ridiculous offer.
Well.
Oh my gosh! All I
Yeah.
I hope there's a side entrance to that house over there at Anita's. Or you can just maybe just go through the garage, just pull in and go through in the house through the garage,
Uh-huh.
or a side entrance or something where you don't have to open the front door and just that
she,
there.
they start to park in the garage instead of in the driveway. That way they can just enter through the garage. They don't have to worry about looking at her.
Exactly.
There's no. Hey,
The last thing you want to do is drive by and have Leslie out front looking like she's from, like, I don't know, from Desperate
yeah,
Housewives,
just
giving the nod in the
just out
way.
there holding the hose, watering
Exactly.
the plants,
Out
giving them
there
a
like
wave as they're
Susan,
coming
right?
home.
I'm Wisteria Lane out there like Susan. Just
Chandra, come on in. Michelle, Keita,
good.
hey, folks, come sit around. Jeannie, sit around the table, get comfortable. Diet Coke,
Mm.
Diet Coke, Diet Coke. Hey,
You know,
we need some Diet Cokes.
some Diet Cokes, please. I want, I want a big old platter of fries too, and put a couple of mozzarella sticks on there, and maybe a chicken finger.
Michelle wants to know. Hi, Michelle. Michelle wants to know how much was in that trust. And I gotta say, enough for me to have wished I was the recipient.
Well, I saw a picture of it zoomed in. The actual check that Leslie got was for $1 million, but it's not supposed to be just one singular amount
Payment.
in there.
Yeah.
Now, it seems to me that if Anita really is the only one that's supplying the funds for this trust, she doesn't have to put anything else in it.
Not unless there's some sort of legal something that would be in the way of her stopping funding the trust.
But she was pretty clear with Leslie that there was no record company funneling money in there.
No, no, it's just
There's no
me.
concert hall
You,
making a deposit.
no, you got the Dupree fortune is what you have.
Yeah,
That's what you
that
got.
is what's called Anita Williams guilt money, is what that
Yeah,
is.
that's what it is. I feel guilty that I was responsible for the chain of events that led to this thing that happened, and now we're stuck with your crazy ass because you didn't have a good mama.
Exactly. And you can't even say Dupree.
No, it's hers.
It's her.
It's
It's
hers.
her. Unless it turns out that Vernon is her daddy, which good gravy, please, no.
Well, I mean, Dupree money in the fact that Anita has been associated with the Duprees for so long, and I would assume her and Vernon have a joint bank account.
I would think so
So
that they.
that's why I considered it Dupree money, even though Anita is the one that's singularly supplying it, and a part of the vast fortune that the Duprees have is from her career and wise investments. And
Sure.
continued personal appearances and clothing this and fashion show that and the Anita commemorative plates that you used to be able to get in the late 90s.
Sure.
You'd wake up at 2 a.m. over in
I
Washington,
bet she
D.C.
had. Yeah. Anita got herself a clothing line on the QVC, or maybe in like the mall. You remember, like back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember back in the day? Beyonce's mama had a clothing line.
I would love for us to, yeah, I would love for us to find out that Anita had been on either Dancing with the Stars or The Masked Singer. I don't know if neither of those are CBS shows, but who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I tell you, I, Beyond the Gates, they do not seem to have a limit, or maybe they just borrow some of this clothes. But Anita Dupree is dressed to the hilt. It doesn't matter what she's got on. It's her pajamas or whatever.
She just always looks
Clothing,
fab.
clothing for a night out. Her daytime, just sitting in that beautiful green room.
Mm-hmm.
Her pajamas. It doesn't matter. The girl is dressed with complete. It's very pretty and sophisticated,
Mm-hmm.
very classy,
Mm-hmm.
also extremely expensive. She can't be saying anything about Leslie buying a gosh darn thing when it comes to clothing and stuff like that.
No. No, 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 no. Not at all. Not at all.
No,
Not at all.
Danny either, really.
I don't know. I mean, Danny could buy whatever she wants, right? Isn't she? She's a big fashion model. All right.
She has. She has. She should have her own money too. And I'm sure the divorce agreement with Bill is pretty good because Bill has been dastardly.
Yes. Bill has not been hurting for money for quite some time. The chat is not with Vernon ultimately being Leslie's mom, by the way.
I'm not. I don't want Vernon to be Leslie's dad.
Excuse me. Yeah, Leslie's dad. Wouldn't that be a twist?
Vernon. Now, am I okay with maybe one of like Vernon's buddies or the Dante character?
Uh
Sure,
huh.
I'm okay with that. But I don't want to be Vernon. No, I really do want them to leave the relationship of Vernon and Anita intact and like
They've never.
crafted.
Well, but like we discussed last week, though, if Vernon were to be Leslie's dad, it would have been before he and Anita started their romantic escapade.
Hmm.
So the timing would be in the favor of nobody stepping out on one another and somebody having a surprise child maybe that they didn't know before.
And that heartfelt letter from Barbara
Mm-hmm.
that is really the anguish of Anita's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would have divulged that Vernon's the dad,
I think so. I think so.
but she didn't reveal in the letter that she had a child either.
Um, there's room for it to be anybody.
There
And
is.
I would imagine that since there was such development for the show before they even started to film the first scene of the first episode, they already had well known
Yeah.
exactly who the parentage of the Leslie ultimately is. I find it to be interesting because um, the characters they skew older than what I guess sort of expected. I don't know. I don't know if I even had an expectation. But like we got the youngins, of course. You know, Kat and Eva and all them. You know, we got the young Chelsea, Naomi. We'll call them the youngins, right? But
Right.
even they are a little older. I sort of expected us to come in with everybody having kids that were like teenagers
Okay.
instead of being full-grown
Right.
adults with their own kids even
Right.
and that. You know, I didn't quite expect that when it came to the family
You didn't
dynamics.
expect Vernon and Anita to be actual great grandparents.
Right, you know, I knew that they were going to be the older matriarch type folks, but I thought that their kids would have younger kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just what my quiet, silent expectation of what the cast
You didn't
dynamics were going to
expect
be.
You didn't expect that multi-generation. You thought that the Samantha and the Tyrell would be more like Danny's kids
Exactly.
and Nicole's
Right,
kids.
exactly. And then that lends into Leslie as well, who's getting this big parentage reveal and money and this, that, and the other thing. And this woman is 50.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just find it interesting, you know, because it's such a quote unquote later in life story. Because usually this comes up when you're in your early 20s. Oh, my dad's really AJ Quartermain, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I like it. I'm not complaining. I'm not whining. I'm just pointing out an observation that it's interesting that these people are in the drama that they're in. I don't know. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. It's just something I thought about.
Didn't finish my thought about Vanessa. Now, it seem like, when when there's money involved, it's just a different kind of approach, a different kind of playing field,
Yeah.
and the ability to separate the two, it seems, but at the same time they can't.
You're talking about her selling the houses in Fairmont Crest to these
Yeah,
ne'er-do-wells, these people who aren't
yes,
welcome in the
and
neighborhood.
still being Nicole and Danny's very good friend.
Well, yeah, that maybe the friendship should suffer just a slight little bit from this. I don't know, yeah, because
And
it could be
Vanessa really
compartmentalized. There's nothing legal that's
exactly
preventing these people from
compartmentalizing,
moving in.
and just like Vanessa's, Vanessa's not trying to try to hide it from anybody.
Hmm.
She went right over to the Dupree's and said, "Hey,
Hey,
I'm
by the
making
way,
money. It's right across the street. Sorry."
right there, just gotta
Ultimately, is what she said.
keep your eyes open for Vanessa's Fashions opening up soon.
And I'm sorry, you're gonna have to look at that bitch, but she a rich bitch now, like she
She sure
said.
is. She sure is. I would have used it as the title, but I don't think that YouTube would have liked that.
Of I have to say, the way she talked to Anita, it made me laugh. I was laughing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she had Anita so spun, and
She had no idea which way was north, up, south, down, what her own middle name was.
Anita was just so spun by this, and oh boy, I thought there for a came right back into that room spewing more hatred and
Yes.
more and to the point that Vernon actually, kind of crossed the line there, to kind of he had her by the shoulders.
He did. He
You
did.
know,
He did.
he had her by the shoulders. Mark out.
We-
You go.
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna do at this point? Are we gonna allow fisticuffs? Do I need to call the cops or can I intervene? Because I don't want the cops here. Remember, we are still the Duprees, okay? We do not need this to splash out beyond our front door. This does
We
not need to go
already have
beyond the what? The gates, all right? This needs to stay inside the gates, our gates of our community here, Fairmont Crest.
Yes.
So please, shut up and leave.
Yes.
There's a new pace that you're going to have to learn living in this neighborhood. And that's if you get too out of line, I'm going to call my buddy over in the police force, okay? He happens to be the chief of police.
Yeah.
All right? And what he'll do is he'll take you out to a field.
Oh, sure might do that.
So, you better keep your eyes on the prize here.
And even when they were talking to Bill, there was like, we want her to go away, but we don't want her to go that kind of away.
Chandra says, oh, yeah, go ahead. Go
Well, I
ahead.
was going to say something about Bill. Go ahead and say what Chandra says.
Sure. I mean, Cassie says something about Bill, so I'll read Cassie's thing second. Chandra says, I thought it was classic soapy goodness. Brought me back to Alexis versus Crystal and Alexis versus Dominique days on Dynasty.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Just some classic, just over the top rivalry.
Yes, I loved Dynasty. I love Dynasty.
Cassie, hello, Cassie. Cassie says that Bill is going to find out that Chelsea is fluid sexually. Because they're gonna have her because they're gonna find her some crazy ass Allison.
I think so too.
I mean, that's the second big story to cover, huh? So Chelsea is gone, kidnapped. Won't be long before they find out she's missing because they got an event to attend.
I know, but I need to talk about Anita a little bit
Oh,
more.
go ahead, please do. I'm sorry, we hit 15 minutes, and so I was transitioned. Go ahead. I'm trying to be timely.
Anita struck the crap out of her.
She did. She did, and we know that you love soap violence, and I'm very sorry for trying to steamroll over that impressive moment this week.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great. And I thought Vernon marching her out by her shoulders was great, even though he did cross a line there.
Yeah, I mean, he should not have put his hands on her.
He should not have put his hands on
But
her.
also at the same time, I don't know. Was it dramatic license? Perhaps.
Well,
You know.
it was, well, he was letting it. I don't know though, but the character of Leslie at that moment, I don't think sure butt would have lived without that.
Right. You know, I mean, because it brings up the question of, well, you know, how forced was the movement? Was he just encouraging her walking in a direction, or was he dragging her out of the house? You know, it's a little bit different. He was encouraging her to move.
He didn't have his hands cupped underneath her armpits like out the door.
No, but he was guiding her toward the exit.
He sure was. And I thought it was great writing actually for him to come back in the house and for Vernon, I'm gonna be sick. I loved it. Because yeah, after all that, Leslie should make you want to puke.
Uh-huh.
Right?
I think Vernon played on the fatherly and let me save your behind thing, says Chandra.
Right. Right.
I like Chandra's point of view on the show. I do.
Me too.
You know who needs to line.
It's just fun, soapy goodness.
It is. They sometimes it takes a little longer than I'd like for them to get into the depths of the soapy goodness, but when they hit it, it's really good. And that's just me being impatient. I mean, the show has been on for less than a year. It started in February, and it's the end of August now, getting into October. So
They've
8
had
months.
6 months now. 6 months.
I mean, and only 200 episodes. So what am I saying? Like, get to it. Like, what? Who am I?
This week was really, really good and entertaining.
You know,
Eva, Leslie gonna chase her away eventually, just acting stupid still because she's like, Mama, why you gotta live across the street?
because, darling,
Antagonizing these people still.
because I'm going to antagonize them. I'm going to make them pay for what they've done. And you can have some of this money, dear. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know though, even if there's checks after checks after checks, Leslie cannot spend the kind of money she's spending.
Yeah, I mean,
have a balance.
she's going to Menendez it big time. By the way, those who enjoyed our Monsters recap series, go check that out. It's on the channel here. Mom and I talking about two brothers who killed their parents, and also some slinging. Anyway, the prison shower scene. Check
We
that
talked
out.
about every episode of that
We
series.
sure did. We sure did.
If you haven't ever watched it on Netflix, Monsters, it's very good. You guys.
Check it out. Check it out. It's entertainment. Don't take it as a documentary on
It'll
fact.
make you want to listen to Milli Vanilli again for about 3 weeks. That's what it did to me.
But the Menendezes, they spent all that money after killing their parents. They went up to see if they could get paroled, and the courts pretty much went, no, you killed your parents. Go back to jail.
I was actually kind of surprised. I thought they might let him out.
See, the thing is, and this is tremendously off topic for a shorter podcast, but I feel as though that it's always really important to remember when you dramatize for entertainment these horrific crimes.
Right.
And also provide some of the potential whys and motivations and traumas that people have faced. I can understand how people are like, oh no, they were so tortured, they don't deserve to be so punished. This isn't justice. Like I get what you're saying. But the Menendez brothers and Gypsy Rose and all of those stories, they committed heinous crimes, set them up, thought about it deeply, came up with excuses, decided who the fall guy was, and then enacted a long-term plan. That is really bad. There's a difference between, okay, I'm sick of this in the moment and I shove you down the stairs, versus trying to purchase guns and movie tickets and going and doing it and police phone calls and the cover up and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like that deserves severe punishment, in my opinion.
It does.
And maybe that'll happen on Beyond the Gates to Leslie. Full circle.
Leslie is a slippery girl.
she's not gonna. She's no. She's fine. She's great. It's okay. There's criticism out there when it comes to Leslie because people love to criticize and complain, saying that she's really one note and why is this the representation that we get? And here's my pause on that, and let me know, because this is not a show that's meant to represent me. So let me know if like Smitty's the only like relatable character when it comes to like all of this. So let me know what you think when it comes to the representation that happens on Beyond the Gates. Is Leslie good or bad representation? Is there enough representation of the spectrum of life out there for Leslie's antics to not be so horrible because of who Naomi is?
I've seen small little segments of Leslie where has a little compassion. When she was talking to Peaches, she got vulnerable for a second.
There's vulnerability in her past.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It was very interesting for Eva to talk about what kind of mother she actually was when she was a small child.
Yeah, because like
And
because the whole
telling,
I'm sorry.
yeah, and saying that no, she hasn't always been this way.
Yes,
She did
and
that
that's
right after her husband died.
yes, and did she do it? They've covered it before with the initial split between Eva and Leslie. They covered the dress. You went nuts, Ma. You went crazy, Ma. You lost
Yeah,
your marbles, mother. Uh,
much.
and that has to play into the long term arc and the potential redemption of Leslie and just seeing how that unfolds as time goes on, as she gets confronted more with who she used to be, how different life is now, that
hmm
sort of
And
thing.
she might find out. This is what Leslie might find out. She might find out that she lives within the gates, and she ain't. After a little bit of time, she ain't any damn happier. Because you can be happy in a shack and you can be miserable in a mansion. And that's what she might find out.
She might be. She might be. She's like, okay, well, I mean, I've collected all this money and I've given Ted his and all of that stuff and crap, but now what?
Yeah.
Now I need to
I don't
repair.
think that Haley has necessarily found true happiness either.
No. 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 But I mean, the jury's still kind of out when it comes to Haley, right? Like with what's going on with her and
Yeah,
what
we
her
don't know
ultimate
all her
plans are
backstory.
and what it is that she's got going on. Chandra says that when it comes to representation on the show, that everybody has a relative whose cornbread isn't done in the middle, so she's entertaining.
Fair enough.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, if you want to contribute to the lifestylings and the parties of the 10th Floor podcast, you absolutely can by clicking the little dollar bill button, contributing to the show if you wish. Or you could just refresh the stream right now and watch another ad. That's Chandra's way. It's a
That
free way
works.
for you to contribute to the show by hitting refresh right now. I also have the ability to just hit the advertising button and interrupt our stream, but I won't. But I won't. Not this time. I'll do it to punish you guys at some point in the future.
If we ever do that, Matt,
It's
if
because
we
one
ever,
of us really needed to pee.
or it might be a transition to the other show.
Ooh, that would be fun. I could try that. I could try that. Maybe I can try that in 7 minutes. Would that be okay with the chat that's currently in there? Let me know if that would be okay with you. If when we're done talking about Beyond the Gates, I hit the button.
And then when we come back, we'll be back. We'll be in Salem.
See, and then the thing is, though, I don't know. I'd have to kind of watch too, because I don't know. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how long the ad is, and I also don't know if everybody gets it at the same time. I think that
Well,
they
we
do.
could just
When I
do.
force it in, I think everybody gets an ad at the same time. But I
We
don't
could
know
try it. We'll just see how it
how
goes.
long it is. Whatever. Chandra says sure.
Whatever.
That's cool. I'm glad that you guys are willing to experiment with us here on a Tuesday, on a 2 o'clock on a Sunday.
Matt, you're not. You know what? Sometimes this doesn't happen to me that much, but it happens to your dad quite a bit, where he'll just forget what day of the week it is.
Well, I
And
definitely know it's not a weekday.
but and when you're retired, because that days don't necessarily feel different,
Uh huh.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can, but now, when you have a place to go Monday through Friday,
Hmm.
Yeah, you ought to know what day it is.
Yeah, Chandra didn't get an ad on the refresh, so maybe it has to also deals with how many people are watching at once. Because not to talk smack, but the viewership of this podcast goes to show the passion of the fan base difference for General Hospital versus the rest.
And and also, this podcast just doesn't have the longevity of the 10th floor.
No, not yet.
We have been doing that sucker for over 5 years.
Yeah, we have. We were doing that thing like crazy. Like absolute nuts. Like crazy, crazy, crazy. And yes, if you do react, if you don't want to refresh, watch an ad, all that sort of stuff, you can react, you can participate in the chat, you can like the video, you can share it on your social media feeds to see if there's anybody else in your family or network unit that likes soap operas and wants to join us. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to help contribute to the show that isn't money.
Absolutely.
I even am looking for yeah, I'm even looking for highlight people. Let me know what your favorite parts of the podcasts were, so maybe I can isolate them and share them out and about.
So, anything else that we want to? This week was just
It was very Leslie.
We need to talk. We need to talk about. Let's talk about June just a little bit.
But one more thing though. One more thing, and this is something that I wanted to say, but I keep getting distracted.
Okay.
You know how Anita slapped this week, right?
Right.
Right? There's one character on this show that I really feel needs to line up pretty much everybody in her life and just give them one after another, like that airplane scene.
Oh, really? And just be slap happy.
Oh, yeah. Just being like, you. And then she stops with Martin and gives him a big hug.
Oh.
And it's Nicole.
Yeah. Yeah. Nicole is so irritated that everybody treating her like a delicate little flower that can't handle anything.
I feel like she might be positioning herself to like do a hostile takeover of the family.
Maybe.
Where she just orchestrates something, right? Where she's just like, well, now the power's in my hands. If you don't kowtow to me, then I'm gonna let this piece of information loose.
Maybe that's why they ain't been telling her all this time.
I guess they don't trust her.
But I can understand Nicole's frustration. Absolutely. She's so irritated with everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. The whole Leslie thing has got her so charged. And the fact that now Leslie is messing with her parents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. Nicole might go try to choke her butt again. I wouldn't blame her one bit.
She's going to be choking her, and then Anita's going to be like giving her backhands, slapping her, and it's just going to be like this. It's going to be they're going to jump her, basically. They're going to jump poor Leslie, and she deserves it. She deserves it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's that, and she's getting a divorce.
The last thing we have to talk about is
yes.
Somebody grabbed Chelsea.
She didn't
make it to the event with for the Chelsea cat.
Sure
she didn't make it.
Nope.
So grabbed her. Looked like chloroformed her, dragged her off.
Chained her to a bed. We know that well. We know the chained to the bed story really well.
Chained to a bed.
Mm-hmm.
We already know it.
Yes. And so crazy Allison, right?
Crazy ex-girlfriend Allison got it.
Has to be. So it's already been told to the fans out there that we're going to find out.
That boyfriend's put her up to it.
We're going to find out exactly who it was on Monday. Not a big wait. Not a big reveal down the line. We're going to know exactly who's responsible for this straight away.
I'm going to be comparing it to Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. It was just a short bit there, Jeannie, at the very tail end of the week. So I'm not surprised that you missed it. It would be very easy to miss.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, this episode's over, and then you got up,
And it's very, and the Gates does pretty good on next week on the Gates kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed her tied to the bed with a chain,
so.
chain on her.
And you're going to compare it to Days of Our Lives. See if you like it as much as Crazy Connie.
Yeah, I want to see what the parallel, how different is the approach to having somebody kidnapped and chained to the bed. How are they going to do it different?
How are they going to do it? I don't know, but we should test out this plan here. Let's I'm going to push the button. All right, I'm going to push the add button. All right, this is
Okay.
going to be our transition to the Days of Our Lives chit chatter. And
Okay,
I would
let's
like
do
the
it.
chat to know what it is that happens for you when I click this right now. I clicked it. It says add inserted.
Add inserted.
I don't
Are you
know.
hearing us still? Maybe they're still
Yeah.
hearing us.
I don't know. Is this a split screen? Have you been completely taken over? Or are you experiencing absolutely nothing?
So,
Because I don't have a TikTok or a TikTok countdown or anything like that that lets me know.
so in the meantime, skedaddle out of that crest,
Yeah, leave.
skedaddle out of the country club,
And we got to go to
drive over the river to Salem.
Nada for Chandra. Okay, so maybe it's not. Chandra, do you got ad block on? That's something to consider too, because if you got ad block, you might not be getting interrupted by this thing at all. Jeannie got an ad. Jeannie got one. Jeannie got one.
Okay.
Got an ad, came right back, says Sandra. Okay, so it was a little short one. A little short
Oh,
one.
I like that.
Okay, well that's cool. That's cool. I wish I knew how to time it, because because part of the instructions for us on our monetization platform is that you can use this to create a natural break in your podcast and live streams and da-da-da-da-da-da. But if the natural break is only 15 seconds, then I'm not sure exactly what that grants, because that's not enough time to go refill your water bottle or go pee.
Sure isn't.
Not like a radio DJ. So
Sure
we're
is.
looking for sponsorship is basically what it is, to insert in the half-hour portion of this so we can go pee.
I wonder, Matt.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do this. I wonder if anybody would let us do our own dang commercial for their stuff.
Yes, absolutely. When we get to a certain point, 2 ads for Jeannie. My goodness, they like you. Um, I don't know what how to do it or anything like that. But I know that there are prominent YouTubers out there that do ads on a regular basis.
Well, the only example I have seen of that is Bradford and Steve
Yeah, it's
used
very
to do
prolific.
their own commercials for product.
Oh yeah, it's very, 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 very prominent out there in YouTube land.
We could do that nonsense.
We sure could. We just need to get the attention of a particular company that's interested in doing it. Now, there's a lot of like video game app companies that really like to do it, like Raid Shadow Legends. Like a lot of the YouTubers out there are like, this stream is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. You can pick a really cool character and use my discount code. I don't know how any of that works out though. So
I see.
we'll just have to
Well,
sit and wait and see, and then maybe one day somebody will want to be our publicist.
well, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, are we at Horton Square yet? Are we?
Yes, the jet plane has landed. We're now hanging out in Horntown Square. It's beautiful. It's hot. It's a summer night. Looking around, who do we see sitting on the benches? But it's Kat. Lamenting and wondering, what am I going to do next? How am I going to make money? Oh, yeah. I work for the ISA.
I'm a spy.
Oh, yeah. I'm a spy. What am I so worried about what my future is?
Yeah. Man, oh man. So, the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm thinking of Days of Our Lives, 2 things right now. Which one are we going to talk about first? That sweet little baby Tesoro, or are we going to talk about that darling little child?
Tesoro. The darling little child Tesoro? Or the
Well,
darling little
the
child
darling
Rachel?
little girl, Rachel.
Daddy T got 2 ads.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. That's good to know. That's good
Please
to know.
change my background. I can't. I can't without it being invasive. I can't.
Mm.
I can't.
Change your background to you just pretend there's a tower back there with a bunch of metal crud on it.
Yeah, here. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do for you, Michelle, because she did say please. She did say
Well,
please. And I don't have the chalkboard. I don't have the chalkboard right now. I'm so sorry. I just have this one because my computer took a dump. I'm so sorry. I just
oh, that's
how about
true.
the
Well,
Golden Gate?
oh, that's Ponder Point right there. I have been up there how many times in my life? At least a half a dozen. That's Ponder Point. Leave it, Matt. I love it.
Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna hang out at Ponder Point. All right. This episode will be of Days for Dummies. and I don't have the chalkboard, I'm sorry, is brought to you by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah. Now it's called something else, but we call it Ponder Point.
I don't know what it's. Are you referring to like Makeout Ridge?
You know, up there, like there's old military stuff up there. So when
Yeah.
they cannons toward the mouth of the bay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
World War II and whatnot. And there of course there's no cannons up there, but the housing of it, the cement and all of it's still there.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the it's called anyway.
Well, I'm enjoying the nice bay breeze.
Yes, it's
Oh, it's
beautiful.
such a relief from hot, hot, hot Los Angeles. Oh, goodness. I watch a lot of the family farm channels, and they get sponsored by Farm Tools, says Jeannie. So maybe there's going to be like a soap bar, like Dove soap.
And I bet you that dating site for farmers is on there too.
Maybe. Procter and Gamble, if you're looking to like shuck some Febreze, we're
Oh
your
my goodness.
podcast. We
No,
are
I,
your podcast. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I
Let's talk about the main event month. We got to talk about Rachel. Okay, this is what we've been
let's
building up
talk
to
about
for
Rachel.
months. All right. And we called it. We
Yes.
called it early on. We said it was Rachel. There's a lot of people that just knew it deep down inside.
You guys remember how I was. I was flip-flopping about every 2 weeks
I just kept on leaning on
for a
Chanel
long time.
because I was tired of saying Rachel, and so I just started leaning on Chanel. But I always knew it was going to be her. It's always going to be
Mhm.
like a little Rachel. I don't know. I don't know why I knew. I just did.
I thought the way they had EJ remember was
It
great.
was really good. So she had
I
the
thought it
thing,
was
and she was
really
playing with
good.
the thing, the little orb, and she drops
Yeah,
it, and
she was
it
playing
sounds
with
like
it.
this big pop, right? And that
Yeah,
triggers the memory.
yeah, and
Oof.
she says, "I'm basically the same thing." Oh
Mm-hmm.
no! Well, Rachel did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Rachel did it. She grabbed that
Yeah,
gun and she shot EJ. Um, why?
she said, "Well,
Because I
when
don't.
they showed her shoot EJ,
Yeah.
she said, 'You tell me where my grandma Rachel is.
Oh, it's all
Tell
tied
me
back to
where
the
she
lady
is.'"
in white. See, okay,
Exactly right,
perfect,
yes. And
perfect,
then
perfect.
Rachel didn't mean to actually shoot him. She had her finger on the trigger. She's 10 years old.
Gun safety is important, folks. Teach your kids.
Yeah, and it's probably starting to get heavy.
Mm-hmm. And it went off.
And it went off.
And boom, shot him right in the chest. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sorry, I missed that.
We're probably at the time listening and not watching.
Listening and then watching for traffic and making sure, and then so I, some lines dipped out of my memory. Regardless,
Mhm.
um, teach your kids gun safety. It's important. If you have a firearm in your home, at least let them know what to do if they ever come across it.
So little Rachel is the one that threw it outside.
Yes, yeah, she
Because when
didn't.
Johnny left, he left it in the
Hmm.
room there.
And in the room, and then EJ had it, and EJ was going to do something to it in the safe or whatever he does, right? Rachel gets a
Right.
hold of it, da 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 da, gets too heavy, shoots the guy, and then she throws the gun outside. And this is all Kristen's fault. It's 1,000% Kristen's fault. I will blame her every day of the week because she does nothing to curb this little girl. She'll talk to Brady about it. She'll whine to Marlena about it, but she doesn't actually actively do anything to stop this little girl from being demented.
Well, her her biggest problem with a mom is it's not necessarily what comes out of her mouth. It's the example that she shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris' example of what she shows to Rachel is you do all kinds of crazy crap to get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel has seen other people pull guns in that household growing up there.
You know what? She walked in on Brady holding a gun.
She's more than once she has walked into some kind of unsafe kind of
You
situation with a gun.
know, that DeMere house is a dangerous place.
It sure is.
And
It's
now I'm blaming Brady just as much as I'm blaming Kristen. If only they could get along and not pull guns out on one another, Rachel would not have been given the example that this is okay.
or that not really that it's okay, but it's somehow a problem solver.
And that's not okay. Jeannie doesn't like the fact that Rachel did it because she's 10. She doesn't like the idea of a child shooter, and that makes sense. With sometimes out there, it's hard to. I'm sorry. Let me try to put together a coherent sentence. It's sometimes tough out there in this day and age to separate your soaps from real life. I know I just lectured people in the last podcast about just accepting the Huntington's thing. But with the prevalence of gun violence in American society, I totally understand having a feeling about a child being the one that does this. Or if over on General Hospital you had a feeling about Anna shooting Charlotte.
Sure.
Because, we find out about, school shootings and accidental this and cops mistakenly do this and that and the other thing. And just, it was a candy bar, it was a toy gun, it was a whatever, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that it absolutely does trigger feelings and memories and uncomfortable feelings inside a viewer at times. And I guess it's what they do with it that is ultimately going to matter.
Yeah. What, how are they gonna, this is so hard with little Rachel now. Marlena, as her grandmother and a psychologist, she has to know just leaving it alone
Hmm.
and hoping she doesn't remember is not the right thing to
No,
do.
I don't think that it's necessarily let's leave her alone forever, but I think that Marlena understands that there's going to need to be some sort of plan. You can't just rip this one off like a band-aid.
No, they've got to get this child into counseling and talk to her in a way that not about the event, but some kind of coaxing her to understand that it's okay to remember everything in life.
Right, right. And yeah. I think that that's actually a really beautiful way of approaching it because obviously Rachel has some sort of suppression of this event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I think yeah that's gorgeous, Ma. That's a gorgeous way of writing it to have Marlena sit down, especially recently with the loss of John Black and all that. Like it's also important to remember the things that aren't so great and the bad things that
Yeah.
we've done, so we can use them to be better people and to recognize and appreciate the good things that we have in our lives.
And to understand what we should and shouldn't do again.
Yeah. Yes. That's beautiful. If it wasn't for the fact that the show has been well written a year ago, I would say write a letter to Days of Our Lives.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to step into Marlena Evans and, as the fabulous doctor she is.
Yes. Sandra says that something to remember is that Dr. Rolfe was the doctor in charge of Kristen's pregnancy, and who knows what he would have done to little Rachel. All right, some sort of the chip, the
Well,
essence of Stefano lives inside little Rachel.
Rachel's just her whole demeanor is, even though she's had these poor examples in this DNA, she willfully wants to be a little brat as well.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we're gonna go with like the ghost of Stefano's in her. I don't think we're doing
I,
that.
yeah, she's a little demerit. Um,
Yeah, I think that she's just a traumatized little girl that's been shown the wrong example. And I've been saying on the podcast and online for several weeks now that I don't think that Brady or Kristen are necessarily strong parents when it comes to being the ones who should be the primary one in charge of Rachel. So maybe it's time to find somebody else to raise her.
Maybe.
Maybe Johnny and
Tell you what,
Chanel need to step in as the guardians of Rachel.
or Sarah.
Or
Sarah,
Sarah. They are reigniting that bond with Sarah.
they have, she has a very good rapport with Rachel.
Yes,
Sarah.
yes. And I wonder if the stuff about Tesoro is going to be, factored in to a degree because Sarah's got a lot to do right now.
I think that Johnny and Johnny might wind up with the baby after all. He and Chanel. They might wind up with little T. I don't know though, because when all this comes out, Tate's gonna want the child.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got a great support system for it. He's got
Yes.
plenty of money, lots of family, plenty of friends.
And by the time it was time to really find a family for the baby, he wasn't really totally sold on it. He was just continuing to go with emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Boarding school in Soras. Her a year from now. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Jeannie saying Rachel at the end of this, maybe she needs a military school type of situation. She can come
I
back as a
tell you
teenager.
what, if they saw as her as it come have her come back as a teenager, she is going to make she's going to make Holly and Ariana, right?
Hmm.
She's going to make their two little smart mouths look like a little tea party.
Well, they're the young 20s now. We really don't have much of a teen scene in Days of Our Lives
Or
currently.
I don't know, but I wasn't watching at the time, but I heard, Sammy was one hell of a
She sure
awful
was. She sure was,
but
folks. She sure was. One
but
Spitfire.
I can't imagine that they're going to soar as her and have her come
No.
all sweet and kind of like Isabella Black kind of little girl.
No.
No.
No. So Isabella Black, mother. Isabella Black. Namesake of Isabella Kyriakis.
Yeah.
So I had to look it up because Xander keeps on being like, my nephew, can't believe you're making out with my nephew, and he's mentioned that Brady's his nephew on a number of occasions, and so I finally looked it up, and I'm like, how? All right, and Isabella, the original
Was
Isabella,
Ariakis.
yeah, her dad is Victor.
Oh, I didn't
So
realize
yeah,
that.
so Brady's mom is Xander's sister. The reason why this gets so hard when it
Wow.
comes to Brady, all right? When it
But
comes
I
to,
bet that drunkard is not her mama.
I don't know who her mom is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who her mom is. But it's just it's the Brady Black problem with Days of Our Lives, and I love Eric Marstoff, and I really enjoy Brady. We had Tina Hong on here, and said that I'd like to see Brady and Melinda hook up at some point. That would be a lot of fun because it would be. They both have really fun personalities, I think, and that would showcase on screen. But there's a Brady Black problem on Days of Our Lives. And it's the massive amount of sores this character went through in his lifespan on this show. Because he is an adult with an adult son and a grandchild,
Yeah.
while he was also 7 years old in like the mid 90s,
Mm-hmm.
just makes it really challenging to really understand his part in the family tree.
Yeah. It's one of those, days of our lives. They don't care about that stuff necessarily all the time.
Not all the time. Not all the time. They're there to tell the story, not make sure that it makes perfect sense in
Yeah.
comparison to the previous story we just told.
And if you think about some of the crazy storylines, they're not trying to do that anywhere.
Isabella Toscano was her name, not Kyriakos. There's always a Victor revelation. We never know right
But
away.
I remember that John Black was very much in love with her at one
Yes,
point.
the second big
And
love of
that's
John
Brady
Black's
as
life.
and Brady as a result of that.
Yes, the second big love of John Black's life was Isabella,
And she tragically died,
and she
right?
died of the same disease that Drake Hogestyn died of in real life.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, so she passed away in the show very quickly after having after having Brady. And then, of course, John and Marlena get back together.
Yeah.
Now, there's this
And
one
they
clip.
have Belle sometime later.
Now, John Black has not just been isolated to Marlena and Isabella, because there's been years where both of those characters weren't available and John Black was. So he's had romances with characters that are still on the show. One that made a lot of fans sick to their stomachs
Really?
as they began to vigorously make out on the rooftop in the rain. It was John and Kate.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they got busy at some point.
Well, we know that, and of course we weren't watching, but we know that Kate has not always been the woman.
No, that's actually when it comes down to it, like the later in life relationships for a lot of the characters aren't the same ones that they had going through their younger career, with the exception of Julie and Doug, with the exception of John and Marlena, with the exception of Steve and Kayla. But everybody else that was in their golden years had come together, like Victor and I can't remember names, Mom. I'm so hot.
Maggie.
Yes, Victor and Maggie. You can't see it, but I'm sweating like a pig.
No, we can't. You don't look listening. You
I'm
look
glad that it's not coming through because whew, it's hot in LA.
hands on me.
I have a fan on me right now, but I can't have too much going on, otherwise the podcast would sound like this.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, we don't want that.
I didn't hear that.
Huh?
I still didn't hear that.
Well, that's good. That means that Zoom for you is cuts it out,
Okay.
but my microphone doesn't. Like I explained before, they hear what I hear. You don't
Right.
necessarily.
So,
Uh,
so
oh,
there,
okay.
eventually, Sophia's going to crack on this baby thing.
Yeah. So Sophia already slipped. She already made a mistake. She was like, "Oh, my baby boy, girl."
Yeah.
Enough for
On that big time.
yeah, enough for people to go. Something smells fishy here in Salem. You know, we're a little too close to the docks. So they're gonna suss it out. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna put together the pieces. Javi will figure it out. Somebody will figure it out. Relatively
I
soon.
think Javi's going to figure it out.
Yeah, relatively soon. Because well, Javi and Leo have definitely been there for a lot of these developments. At least one of them had been there. Whether it's some
Right.
sort of courtroom thing while Leo was doing the jury duty, and Sophia's mom is like, "Oh, I feel a connection to this gorgeous little baby," or
Yeah, and it
pretty
was
much
just
the entire Javi story.
my little boy
Yeah, yeah,
did
yeah.
it to me.
And pretty much this entire Javi story, because it's been very much his to carry, and this, which is good. I like the concept and idea of Javi. I don't think they've done a great job of executing Javi yet. Not putting him to death, but
But
executing
I
the
don't
character
think
of.
Javi and Leo are going to fight about this whole Tesoro thing when it comes out to who he really is.
You think that they will fight?
I don't think they will.
I think that Leo has been through enough with a baby recently that he's going to want to reunite it with its parents.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's Tate and all them, and you know he's got a connection and a heart and all of that. And Leo's an interesting character at this point in time because well, I can't say for sure because we weren't watching. I feel like he was up to less good before than he is now. It's like he's not necessarily a redeemed character, but he's certainly not up to as much as he used to be.
Yeah, and it seems like he's a little just more dimensional, where he just before was just a pot stirring character.
Right. You know, Matty versus Leo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, get a wet dish towel by you and wipe your face and arms down. It really works, says Jeannie. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna have to try that when we're done here. It's gonna be any minute now, really. Yeah, we got 9 minutes left, Ma, to continue talking about Days of Our Lives.
Okay, well, I think, I don't know who's going to crack,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody's going to crack on the baby thing.
Yeah.
I think a Sophia eventually will, especially when the time is up. When the time is up and he's got to go somewhere else now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know that he's going to wind up will he wind up with Chanel and Johnny after all? Well, maybe not.
Maybe she'll wind up. Maybe he'll wind up with Tate and Sophia after all. Especially if Sophia is the one that intervenes at the 11th hour. You know, it's just about to go into the system, and then Sophia's like, no, because she knows. It's not like the baby's a stranger out there. She knows exactly where her kid is and who has him and all of that. So that's very likely too. You've been so insightful this podcast, Ma. I really hope the stuff unfolds the way that you're predicting or the way that you're saying. And if not, they need you on the producing
Well, I
team.
would think that like you said, the 11th hour, she's going to have a change of heart
Mm-hmm.
because, I don't know, placing him at the fire station,
Put the baby in the box, Sophia.
exactly, was completely different. She was absolutely going through so much trauma at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She had just had the child by herself and didn't know what the heck to do.
And she didn't know what to do. Made a panic decision.
Right.
Ultimately, obviously, is regretting it. She's shown Melinda that she regrets it.
Yes.
And Melinda is
the
this weird
meltdown.
champion.
And when she had the meltdown in the square, too. That was all, that had regret was all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Guilt.
Oh yeah, yes. So she, I can see an 11th hour change of heart. No, this is my baby. I can't let him go. Situation. Gasps all across Horton Town Square.
Or especially if she finds out that he's going to be placed in,
The system. Foster care.
or 2,000 miles away.
Super.
Maybe
fun.
maybe that's too much for
We're
her.
sending the kid to Canada. We found
Yeah.
a nice family in Montreal.
I don't know, but I think, of course it's going
Baby's gonna go live on a boat with Hope and Bo.
Now, I don't think this baby's going to be there in town and be 5 years old before we all find out it's really, you know, little Tate.
She only had 2 weeks after birth to change her mind. I know, Jeannie, but, I think that in Salem, they're going to ultimately just let her keep the baby.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of Alex and excuse me, not Alex and Gabby, but Xander and Gabby, Ma? What do you think of these developments that we're seeing?
I think they kind of deserve each other to a certain.
It's like the new Stefano or the new Stefan, right?
Yeah, I don't think their relationship is going to be any sweeter than that one was actually.
Well, it's
Because
going to
it's
be
not starting on the right foot for the right
for
reason.
sure. I can definitely see a push and pull of legitimate feelings, but also trying to one up the other in this battle of Titan Demira. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh good.
Oh,
She's
that's
back.
they're just going to keep on a fussing and a fighting, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're gonna fuss
Oh,
until
at the very
they're gonna fuss until they do the other F word. Um,
exactly. Exactly.
oh my gosh. Oh, in some
Well,
some states it's 60 days. We might actually be under that 60-day window for the reuniting.
actually, no, they said it on the show.
Oh,
They
what'd they
said
say?
it on the show.
2 weeks on the show? Oh well, then there's gonna be a plot line then. Boom. She's gonna have to
So the
struggle and
baby,
fight to get
the
the
baby
baby.
is coming to the end of the time where it should be staying, unless Leo and Have actually like put in some kind of petition to
Gotcha.
stop
I
the child.
understand. I understand exactly where we are now. I get it. Thank you for
Yeah,
catching me up.
we're at the end of that road for the emergency
Yes, yes.
place.
So they got to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to be giving the baby back to the fire department, or if they're going to move forward with their own care slash adoption. And then Rafe, who isn't even on the show anymore, it seems, is just like, I don't care. Use my house for whatever.
But they've shown Rafe with the baby a couple of
I
times.
know. I'm joking over the fact that he's not heavily used. Ever since Connie stabbed him, he just has not been a heavily used character.
No, especially since Connie stabbed him, and since he and
Jada.
broke up,
Jada.
Jada.
Mm-hmm.
He and Jada broke up. They have not been using Rafe as much.
No, no, no. He's kind of
Now
up on the shelf right
they
now.
flirted with him and Kat liking each other because they're supposed to be partners, right? They're
Yeah, I think
partners.
that they're trying to figure out at this point in time. They know that Chad is on the way out, and if they're going to recast Chad, we might as well bring Abigail back. So let's just let's be done with the Cat and Chad thing. So I
Yeah,
think that they have been trying to figure out where they're gonna see where Cat fits the best.
yeah.
I
But
feel
they
like
also
she's been playing some
used her
Kim.
because they gave her a story to be an agent. So they made her an agent. So
They did.
they're not going to have her just go into the bistro and just never come out.
Right. Chandra refreshed the screen, and she got a most stretchy work pants ad after her refresh. Um, but she doesn't look up stretchy pants, so that one is not targeted to her.
Well, that's interesting.
My poor Rafe, says Jeannie. Why aren't they using my Galen?
Well, you know what, I don't know. We had been talking about Ray for one solid minute. And I knew you were going to say something, Jeannie.
Where is he? Where's my Rafe? I don't know. Maybe he's enjoying life. Maybe Galen's out there just bonding with his kids, going to concerts, playing in graduation parties. I don't know how old his kids are. I'm making stuff
I
up.
like him too. Yeah, I do. I like the character of Rafe. I really liked him when he was playing the dual role, and doing all that. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Who's Mackenzie Westmore, Jeannie? Is she on days right now? Is she Cat? Is that Cat? Who's Mackenzie Westmore? Because Jeannie says I wanted Mackenzie Westmore to pair with Galen again, like on Passions.
Oh, we don't know who that
I
is.
don't know who
I
that
don't know
is.
who that
And if
is.
it's Cat, I'd be surprised because I didn't get the sense that she had done daytime before from her initial appearances on the show.
So Julie is going to buy the bookstore after all, isn't she?
Yes. She's making preparations for that. That's going to be the new set for Julie, I think.
I think
Instead of sending
so.
everybody to the house, the Horton house, she's going to have a more legitimate reason for kind of being in the mix.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I like the idea actually.
Because now when we now something say
She
something
goes to do their ornaments every year.
exactly, and now say something happens in the square a keg explodes inside the pub, inside Brady's pub. A keg
Uh-huh.
explodes. There's a big loud noise. Something happens. The window shatters. Now you can have a little Julie, coming out of her storefront. What's going on? Maybe we can even get to a point where like a fire breaks out in the bistro and she like drags somebody out of the rubble. Because she's there now.
She's there now.
I'm just saying. No, she's not Kat, but she was on Passions. So just an actress that Jeannie liked. Well, hey, Days of Our Lives. We know that you like to cast people.
Yeah.
If Mackenzie Westmore is available and interested, Jeannie would love to see it. You know what, Ma? I think in the last minute we need to talk about this sad rumor that Jeannie told me about.
What's that?
And given the time of year it is right now and the month that we're approaching, I think that it might be a fact.
That's what's going on.
There might not be a Day of Days this year. I'm coming up on September and there's been no information. Apparently Tony Moore over on his podcast was like, they told me we're not doing it. So, I mean, that sounds pretty...
Well, actually, the time of the year that, like you stated, is that's it right there.
I mean, it'd be happening in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah, you would have heard something by now. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We should do our own Day of Days.
Well, that's what we should try to figure that out. I can reach out to the people that I know and see if there's any way that they can help me connect with them.
You know what? And oh, heck yeah, Matt, we're doing this. And I have a whole bag of Days of Our Lives stuff to give away.
We sure do. Well, maybe I can move forward with that Day of Days. Not that, but, the Days-a-thon idea. Of getting, 3 or 4 of them stars to come sit with us for half an hour each on one day for everybody to pop their popcorn and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to see if I can make that happen. I will send an email out to those that we are connected with and see what we can do.
It's a great idea.
Jeannie wanted to go again, and we would have loved to have you gone again, Jeannie. Maybe next time.
That's the day we should ask Marie to come on.
Yeah. Yes. We can start with that as an anchor. Sounds perfect, Ma. All right, I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna make a list right now, live on air, of people that I can message. And it's not
Awesome.
it's not a surprising list because all of these people, with the exception of 2, have been on the show already.
Exactly.
Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sharpie's dripping. That's how hot it
You
is.
know who else you should ask too, Matt? That's not on the show but used to be, and we didn't even watch him on it. You should ask Vincent.
Yeah, he would have. I mean, it would be appropriate. Remington Hoffman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write Vincent Irizarry on this. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got Julie.
Yep.
We got Rolf.
Yeah.
All right. No, Rolf hasn't been on the show.
Nope.
So there we go. 3 names. Then we got Marie Horton.
Yeah.
That's somebody we met at the General Hospital thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one that we got is Amy Shaughnessy.
Yeah, let's try.
She is the daughter of director Shaughnessy and niece of Charles. So let me see what I can shake out from that list, folks, and see what we can do for you to make a fun little event in replacement.
But
of
I'm not.
Days.
But back to what Jeannie said. I'm not surprised to hear that because the time is approaching.
Yeah. James Ladd Jr. apparently reported this too, but James doesn't have a Days of Our Lives podcast, so what does he know?
Yeah.
Everything. Go check out JLJ Media. Subscribe to that channel. You guys can do a subscribe-a-thon. If you're not subscribed to this channel, do so right now. Like the video if you had a good time. You can also go out and about out there in the world and subscribe to Suds Media. You can subscribe to JLJ Media. You can go out there in audio land, find yourself some Pier 54 General Hospital style.
Yeah.
All kinds of new fun offerings. Even you remember Will Schleiss, Mama? You remember Will Schleiss?
I do.
He's podcasting now, doing wrestling. It's called Section 8.
Awesome.
Section 8 Wrestling.
That's awesome.
I think it might be a pun.
Wow. I didn't think about it that way, but I guess so, huh?
And I also think it's fun that, here's the thing, folks. I have a Facebook page, and my friends are a part of the Facebook page. And there's been times out there where I've shared 10th Floor Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a Section 8 Wrestling. Come on. Come on, Will. Come on. You know what you're doing. He goes by Billiam on that, so call him Billiam.
William.
Yes. Back in my early podcasting days when I was doing the YouTube recaps with William. Remember when I was doing the YouTube recaps with William about wrestling?
I was you like a teenager.
Yeah, early 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s. But Will Schleiss. Billiam helped out with that as well, but he was Chester McFeely. And,
I remember that.
yes.
I remember that now.
I know you don't like wrestling, Jeannie. I'm just saying.
The three of you sitting there doing that. I remember, oh my gosh, I was early on before podcasting was podcasting, really.
Yeah. I mean, that was when it was just like YouTube vlogs, YouTube shows, before podcasts as they are today really took off. It's not like there weren't podcasts back then, but it wasn't the media phenomenon that it is now.
No, it wasn't like today. Not even close.
What did they say about flattery and imitation? Oh, it's the best form. Imitation is the best form of flattery. Absolutely. Jeannie, I know you don't like wrestling. I was just saying that my friend out there is going out there. Mama knows who Will Schleiss is. That was more for her than anybody else. And then I guess James Love Jr. said that Tony Moore... We got a he said situation here in the chat. So maybe you guys can go check out the Dish and Days. And then also... James's platform too, to get to the root of this rather than listening to us only.
But I tell you though, if they are indeed going to skip on the 2025 or Day of Days, I'm okay because what I want the venue to be completed.
Yeah, and let's get back outdoors.
Used to be.
Yes.
And if they can do that, if we can take a year off, I don't want it to go away by all means. I definitely don't want it to go away. But if they can take a year off and go back to an organized, well thought out, fun event for everybody, let's do that.
Let's do that. Save the money this year. Put it into the event next year.
And and maybe that will give enough time for the venue completion and to have everything available to them again.
Yeah. And really, it's in the best interest of places like LA Live to be able to host things like that. They shouldn't make it cost prohibitive or anything like that for a show like that to do something.
Right.
It's not like it. So that's that big wide open space. So it's not like it takes up room, of people who want to go just chill at LA Live.
It brings so much money
into
that area. Do you know how much money the dang lazy dog has got from me from the 2 times I've been there?
Plenty. Now just multiply that by 100,000 people, and then maybe not that many.
People don't go, but
multiply that by 5,000 people.
Yeah, but there's everybody is there shopping, having lunch, perhaps getting an ice cream, whatever, It
wasn't on Dish and Days, says Jeannie, but James was spilling the beans. So go check out what James Love Jr. has to say. So he's putting the words into Tony Moore's mouth, though. So maybe Tony's going to say something about that later on today when he does Dish and Days. Go check that out if you like Days of Our Lives. Just go check out all the podcasts.
Yeah, I know a lot of you already do anyway. We don't even have
but if you don't, check those out. And then
you already are.
And then come back here next Sunday for more General Hospital Days of Our Lives and Beyond the Gates talks.
I don't think there's anything else to cover over there in Salem.
Yeah. I know. No, I mean, it is that's why we do the hour on this show, Ma. I mean, we could do an hour on each. We used to. And maybe we will again. But for now, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Well, damn.
I'm hot. All right, folks, get on out of here. Leave leave Ponderosa, Ponder Point here at in San Francisco Bay. Finn Carr, who plays Rocco, was recently here hanging out. Over on General Hospital. Anyway, like this video if you had a good time. Subscribe to the channel if you want some more. Don't let the gates hit you on the butt on the way out and go swing for the fences. Right? You can follow us on social media at 10th Floor GH. You can even send us an email at 10thfloorgh@gmail.com. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, send a donation if you feel so friendly. Otherwise, watch the video a bunch of times and give us that ad revenue. That's it, folks. That's it. Click Mama Cat's Poshmark link that Chandra just put in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Chandra. I appreciate you so much.
That'll be that.
My Poshmark is a poshin', so I'm happy. I'm happy.
Good. And that is it. Thank you very much, Sandra, for the well wishes. Well wishes to you. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Get out. I've been Matt.
I've been
And
Kat.
like I said, don't let that gate hit you on the butt on the way out and swing for the fences. Goodbye.